Welcome to the Isla Paradiso bunch, episode 61. In this episode, we find Craig, Meryl and Muriel are still in France. And Muriel is going to take us through the third tomb at the lost or forgotten burial ground. Now, the forgotten burial ground, the first tomb they do, is usually the first tomb they always do when they very first travel to France. But there are two other tombs there that are not part of an adventure, and where main objective of this series of adventures in the World Adventure Worlds is to collect all parts of the tomb collection for this particular household. And there are two more pieces of the tomb collection to be found in one in each of those two extra tombs, so we need to do them. Now Muriel has been designated as the sim to complete the whole three of the tombs in the forgotten burial ground. She's got one left to do, and she can only do this final one if she's got Pangu's axe, because you have to smash the boulder. And under that boulder is the key to the entrance to the final tomb at the forgotten burial ground. Of course, Muriel's favourite idle activity is to sit down and draw with her sketchbook. So we'll try to keep her from doing that. So there goes the boulder. And meanwhile, Meryl is going to be up above the top of the burial ground doing some excavating to see what she can find up there. It's a good place to go to excavate. There's usually a few places up there available for that purpose. Now, just in front of Muriel there is a hole in the ground, and somehow or other we have to persuade her to get up from her sketchbook and investigate that hole in the ground. So she's revealed a staircase that was previously hidden. So there's two staircases back behind the forgotten burial mound. It's very dark down here in this tomb. You can see some ancient coins in that niche on the wall there to her left, or on our right. You can see into parts of the tombs that we've already explored. Those rooms you can see are not a part of the tomb we're about to explore now. They're rooms we've already been through in episode 60. This is episode 61. We couldn't get through all three tombs in one episode. And whenever your Sims return to France, it's worth their while, if they're after treasure, to come back to the forgotten burial ground, even when all of the tombs have been thoroughly ransacked, because quite a few of the items do come back, or there are treasures that come back again. So near that maze in the first tomb we do, it looks like there's a hidden door, which can only be opened from the third tomb, the tomb that you can only get into when you have Pangu's axe. So all three of the worlds interact with each other. You have to find the axe in China, so you can't just visit one world and not do the other worlds and expect to find everything in the world that you do choose to visit, because you will be required to travel. The next room has a pushable statue that reveals a floor switch that she can stand on. So that's unlocked a door. It's dark tombs like this where it's really good if you've got the Eye of Horus from Egypt, because it will show you where all your treasures are hiding. It doesn't show you where the treasure chests are, but it does show you where things are lying out in the open. There's a lot of rubble piles in this room. Lucky she's got Pangu's axe. I actually think this room was meant to be done clockwise, not anti-clockwise. But that's okay. She'll get there eventually. I might skip the bit where she smashes quite a few rubble piles one after the other. There's quite a lot of keystones to find in this tomb. Quite a lot of places to put them into as well. I don't think you actually leave with any extras. That's a hole in the wall she just revealed. I guess you'll find lots of bugs that crawl up her arm. And it revealed a hole in the floor. And another hole in the floor. Oh, she's excited about that. Bugs. Cockroaches and creepy crawlies and things like that. Another hole in the floor. I hope she likes holes in the floor because she's getting lots of them. I guess at least this way you get to do them in the correct order. Now what's she oh, a hole in the wall. So that's hidden the holes in the floor. Very useful hole in the wall. She got a treasure out of it as well. Another rubble pile. Treasure. Another rubble pile. This room's taking a while to get done. But you can't afford to move on and just say, oh, I don't want the treasure, because you could be missing the clue that you'll need to complete the tomb. I think she'd rather that she wasn't there, though. It's very dark and spooky. There's a bit more light in the next room by the look of it. And a big hole in the floor. Wonder how you get down there. I'm sure she's got to get down there. Let's push that statue out of the way. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, this one. Here's something you have to actually not do the straightforward way. You've got to be a bit tricky about it, or you will never get in there. Now those steps vanish, so you need to pull that statue back onto that floor plate, or floor switch. And there you go, you reveal the steps again. Now this is a very dangerous level. Doesn't look dangerous, does it? But it is. Let's take all that nectar we can get. You see how she's walking around things? She's not going to take the direct route, because There's lots of traps. There you go, she found that one. You don't need to disarm them, you can walk around them. But it's best if you reveal them, because then your sim won't go rushing off and run into the traps. Although you don't even have to reveal them, because when you get to the end you can uncover them all in one fell swoop. And she's nearly at the end now. There's a bench with two... There you go, they've all been disarmed now. There's a bench with 2 heart keystones on it. I think they're all fire traps. So she's picked up the 2 keystones, and now there is a hidden door to deal with. But I think you only need the hidden door if you want the treasure. And since we've come this far, we might as well do the last little bit and get the treasure. So she needs those 2 keystones she just picked up to be able to get into the room that has the piece of the tomb collection that she came in here looking for. I don't think you can get it by just going direct, because it's a big rubble pile in the way on an inner door. Once you've cleared that rubble pile, later on you can go straight through from the entry step straight through to that room, but until you've cleared the rubble pile, no. You've got to come down here and get those 2 heart keystones. Or you could bring the heart keystones with you. If you go to the relic store often enough, you might be able to buy 2 extra heart keystones. This is the most terrible I've ever seen any sim have in opening a door. She took a good 5 minutes to get that door open, in real life 5 minutes, maybe even more. She just struggled and struggled and struggled with that door. I've never seen anything like it. She'd get it nearly open and then it would slam shut again. It happened so many times. Got a hand stuck. Have another go. This would make you want to give up. I should have just left it. There's not much treasure in there, I don't think. I think she's done it this time. Yes. Wow, that was very stressful. She's got 2 sarcophagus in there to search, and 2 niches, one each side of the end of the room. So she's getting the treasure out of that one.
Huh?
Cleaned out that end of the room. Now she's got another sarcophagus and another niche to get treasure from. Looks like she's found something. Now she's got to go back up the top. At least she doesn't have to worry about all those traps this time. She can just walk straight through, because they've all been disarmed. I think they're all fire traps. So she's got to push that statue out of the way, and then she's got to go down to the other end of the room. Put the keystone in that keyhole. She's going to need to find more of those heart keystones too, I think. It looks down to the floor below. She needs to go through that door, but she's got to use the other heart keystone to get through it. Then she comes into a room with lots of rubble piles. Oh, so she wants to go to a party. Okay, so smash it. You've got the axe. And she progresses around the room, smashing rubble piles and collecting treasures. I'm sure you don't want to watch all of that. This is going to be a very long video otherwise. So she needs a heart keystone. Has she got one, or does she have to find one? She's used the two she got downstairs to get into this room. So she's found another one there. So now she's got a heart keystone, she can get through that door. Okay, now you need to put the heart keystone into the lock and get that chain off that door. There you go, now you can get through that door. Now this room I think has a garden. It's got a treasure chest, gargoyle, and some gems, cut gems. So she's completed the tomb. Now there's 6 sarcophagi in this room, and I was absolutely certain that there was a deadly mummy that came out of at least one of them. But I don't think she found a mummy, which disappointed me slightly. We still don't have the part of the tomb collection. We haven't quite got to it yet, but it's getting very close. See, that's the rubble pile that blocks you from coming straight into this room from those steps. That's the entrance from the outside world. But you can't get through it, and you can't clear it from the other side of that door. You've got to be in this room to clear it. So we've actually gone through the whole tomb just to get into this room. Now there's a hidden door. That's what we're after. At least she doesn't have to battle this door to get it open. There, it has opened itself. And now she needs another keystone. So the only place to look is in all those sarcophagus, and that I thought there was a mummy, and I didn't want her to get into a mummy fight, but she's going to have to risk it. I was planning to leave them alone, all 6 of them, or all 5 of them, ones that were left, but she's got to find a keystone to get the part of the tomb collection she's after. It's in that treasure chest she just found. She's looking for the heart keystone she needs in the sarcophagus. She might as well go to do the others while she's at it. At least she's got a martial arts skill, so she's got a fighting chance with the mummy. I'm not sure how dangerous the French mummies are, because we are in France. She's had quite a lot of treasure that she's collected during this visit to France. I'll have to get them back to Isla Paradiso soon and unload. That's her exit. Otherwise she's got to go all the way back through the tomb to get out. If she goes through that door, she can just go straight up the steps and out. We don't need to do the other 2 tombs because she did them last episode. We didn't do this one last episode, or it would have been an hour long. I've been sitting here chatting for about 33.5 minutes so far. Hopefully I'll be able to get a lot cut out of it, so the final video won't be quite that long. Now whenever that happens with a sarcophagus, I'm always convinced that there's a treasure in there that's well worth getting, so I keep sending them back for it till they eventually get it. Now there's nothing left to get, so you might as well go and get the part of the tomb collection that's waiting for you in that treasure chest. So you've got the keystone you need, just go get it. So in goes the heart keystone, and there it is, the part of the tomb collection, the French signet of the Maze of the High Ruler. You can find a full list of these in Carl's Guide to The Sims 3 if you look in the World Adventures tomb collection. There's between 9 and 13 in each of the 3 worlds. One world's got 9, one's got 13, and I forget how many the others got, probably 9. So she's leaving the tomb. There's that unusual dark area just in front of her. It's like as if you'd expect there to be more of the tomb there, but I've never found any more of the tomb there. I think she's just found another hidden door though. It's only into a room. It's not going to open up the whole of that big area that's dark. Come on, check the Eye of Horus, I'm sure or Tear of Horus. I'm sure you've got it. See that sculptor's egg cut gem? You only get that if you're a sculptor. So she must have been sculpting at some point and got her high enough in the sculpting skill to be able to get the sculptor's egg cut for the gems. Just a little something in there, nothing much, just a little treasure. That's some ancient coins on the floor there. Back downstairs. I thought she was just leaving, but no. There it is. That Tear of Horus. Turn that on. Now let's see what we can find. See, look, there's still treasures she hasn't found yet. She's going to have to run around and pick all of them up. I won't make you watch it all though, because she's going to be running all over 3 tombs. There's 3 separate tombs in here. I will let you know though that there was one entire room that I missed in the tomb that we just completed, and she went back and found the door that she hadn't discovered earlier, the hidden door that was near the end of the tomb, and it had treasures in it. I might show you. There it is there. You can see those treasures there in the dark on their own. They're the ones in that extra room. Now she's run around and collected all of those treasures that were in the other tombs, and then she's come back to the tomb that we've just been working through, and she's found that hidden door that she missed before. And this is the extra room that we haven't already done. So there's a few bits and pieces in there, and once she's collected all of them, that will be the end of the video. So thank you for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. And I just wanted to show you the Eye of Horus, or the Tear of Horus I think it's called in this game. And that's it. So I shall see you in episode 62. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now, and happy simming.